Welcome. And this is yesterday, Doug Keller kind of initiated our Sadhana for All, and it's a time for us and in your households to just take a moment to check in, to basically kind of do this with our internal system, our nervous system, with all of our systems, and just kind of quiet all of the chatter and the noise. In the morning class I taught, the bhavana was, and is, we're going to continue it, is softness. And there's a part of our body that tends to grip more than we know, and it's the iliopsoas. And luckily, this muscle is also at a connection point where our diaphragm is. So our breath can be a great tool to help us soften. And today, I'd like us to focus a lot on softening when we inhale. So when we inhale, to literally, you can place your hand right at this region of your body to just allow this part of the body to just soften, to let it kind of move downward. And you can even do this with your hands for a moment, that kind of as you exhale, you can gently draw it in, maybe even touch the lower ribs if you're comfortable. But as you exhale, like it's a as you inhale, it's a softening. And then the exhale. And with our intention, we can choose to soften and expand on the inhale or the exhale. It's about our intention. So we're going to start with a simple, what we call Durga Pranayam, diaphragmic breath. And your eyes can be closed or open, but keep the gaze steady. And as you exhale, kind of arrive to this place. You can join me with the movement if you'd like. And as you inhale, let the gesture be a down and out. We're going to exhale and gently kind of gather. And as we inhale, just that sensation, an exploration of space in the lower ribs, in the diaphragm, in the lower torso, even down through the base body into the legs. Just on your own, a few more rounds as we all meet each other in the space of softness. You've heard that saying, how actions speak louder than words. And I take that also to bring in gestures. So sometimes it's hard to kind of grab the thought, but maybe the gesture of the hands kind of smoothing out this moment can be more impactful than the thought. Then on the next time you inhale and you kind of smooth out with the gesture of the hands, let the hands rest, let them land. And continue with the awareness of the breath, a little attention more to that inhale and to that softness. And as we continue, let us soften the body for a moment by just swaying or a little circling of the spine and the torso, and let it begin really small, like you're softly moving. And then it may become more pronounced. You might even you can maybe see it in me more than at the very beginning. This is one of the very first tantric tools of meditation that I learned about kind of maintaining this internal softness, especially in the spinal column that is a keeper of our major pranic energy, the energy that is called kundalini of the center spine. And so as you start to maybe slow down, explore that you don't lose that little bit of oscillating, that little pulse, that soft flow that is only for you. Just a few more breaths just in this exploration. Just noticing if you can just feel the slightest hint of that inner oscillation, that inner pulse. Each time you inhale and you soften, it's as though you may find that you're just kind of getting closer to that. With the hands still resting on the legs in the best way for you. Begin to feel the hands gently press against the legs and lengthen through the sides of the body. Start to really lengthen up through the sides to the shoulders and begin to move the shoulders around. There's so many ways of getting into this quiet space. And sometimes we begin by first quieting. Can reverse the movements and then we move and then quiet again. And sometimes we begin with movement and then quiet and then move. There's so many ways. And today we're quieting, moving, and then quieting again. And so in this kind of exploration of movement, you're welcome to then lengthen the legs out. If you're sitting in a chair, maybe stretch the legs out. If you're cross-legged, maybe uncross, or take a moment. You can even lay back for a few moments, literally a minute or two, and kind of lay back. If you're laying back, you can take any type of movement, maybe hugging in. Just take another minute for yourself and move. Maybe fold, unfold, open. You can choose a kind of another seated variation that you would like on this second round. You can also stay laying back if that feels appropriate for you. And if you're uncrossed, maybe you cross the other way, you can also take your Zazen and your Vira versions. So then we come back. And we smooth things out and we soften. And so take that gesture. And this time, the palms are going to just face down. And It's as though you're speaking to everyone and everything in this moment, and you're literally just saying, let's soften, let's soften. And the hands can just stay in this position, just the gesture of softening. And as you inhale, just explore that expansion in yourself. And maybe the energy moving through the palms and the fingers. Just quiet. Quieting, softening. And take about 5 breaths to slowly lower the hands. To bring the hands down. To let the hands land. Become so aware of that moment of contact. Like it's the most like you're landing on the moon, that most exhilarating landing. And feel that sense of arriving. As we inhale, explore that movement of expansion, of opening through the lower ribs, opening mid ribs, upper ribs, and lower torso. And exhale. So now I'm going to invite a scan of the body with this idea of softening. It's really helpful to take your awareness to the specific parts that I name and imagine that your attention is like an iron or like it's a steamer. And when you place your attention at that part that I name, you're just softening that very specific part just with your attention and your energy. Maybe the inhale is the kind of the entry point. The eyes can be open and closed, but let's take the attention right to the very center of the forehead. And as you inhale and you expand in the rib cage, feel the expansion in the center of the forehead. Pay attention now into the jaw of lower chin. As you inhale, explore the softness and the expansion. Take your attention to the back of the skull, softening. Move down into the neck, softening. The right shoulder, right elbow, right hand, left shoulder, left elbow, left hand. The upper back, softening. The middle back and the lower back. The lungs, the stomach, the digestive organs, the right hip, right leg, left hip, and left leg. And explore your entire self. Soft. Breath can be soft. Air soft. As you go into that softness, you might find an image coming to mind that represents softness for you in nature. You just may dive into that experience. You may even feel the soft tears welling in the eyes, not from any specific emotion, but from just the connection to softness, space, and expansion. The awareness into the fingertips and very softly begin to move the fingertips. Softly walk the hands towards each other. The hands eventually meet each other. Just interlace the fingers one way and then the other. Massage the hands with the opposite thumb. Then interlace. You can start to blink the eyes open and look at the hands. And gently press away the hands, little rounding. The head bow, complete the exhale, go to the end of that exhale. Then come back in and create a little soft mudra. This is soft mudra of the bowl. Look into the hands, and as we exhale, bring the hands to softly land onto the body if you're comfortable, or just maintain the bowl, whichever you prefer. Feel the breath. As you go into the rest of the day, carry this quality that we all have of softness, because we also have the quality of hardness. Maybe choose softness today yourself. in your conversations and everything that you do. Choose to be soft, yourself and each other. Take a moment as we close. Just slowly release. And I will just first say thank you for taking this time. And please join us for future ones and give us your feedback. I will keep the chat open just for a few more minutes. If there's any comments or anyone wants to share anything, it can be really helpful to just connect your chat. You just click on the chat and then you can communicate with each other. But I want to just give a few minutes for that platform if you'd like to share. Wise Namaha, Namaste, my friends. Thank you. Thank you, Anna. Thank you for appreciating my leggings. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, Jan. How's the softness resonating? Good invitation. Thank you, Jamila. Hopefully we're going to get our tech platforms sorted because we really want to use the Vimeo. We may end up with the Zoom and get you all up to date. So thank you, Jamila, for managing through that. But any questions? Thank you. Absolutely. You can, I think let me open up the audio. It's a small group, so I think we can do it. Yeah, you can.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Jan. Thank you, Jan. It was Jan.
This was so amazing. Thank you so much. You are doing awesome, and this that you are adapting to that technicalities so quickly is amazing, and switching the platforms I can so much appreciate. You had a problem. I don't know what it is, but I saw that only 20 people were admitted to your yoga practice today. Mm-hmm. And perhaps you would like to investigate that. I sent you an email about that.
Okay, thank you, Jan. You're my technical guru that I go to. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm not.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maryam.
Thank you, Rhonda, for joining.
Is there a way to run it parallel so that you can invite practitioners to the Zoom and then test that the Vimeo is working?
Yeah, and funny enough, we tested it and it worked, but I'm going to do another test and I might have you, the teachers here, you all be a part of that because, yeah, something didn't quite work.
Yeah, just my concern is there's so many offerings out there that we just want it to be seamless for somebody to jump in.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm suggesting, the Zoom will work. let's do the Zoom and then maybe do a beta testing with a small group.
Yes. Which I'm going to do. You want to be part of it? Because I'll do it right after this.
Oh,
If not, just look.
if it's short, I can do it.
Yeah, I
yeah,
just want to send a quick link. So if any of
you
you,
know, that's fine. Sure,
that would
be
be
happy to.
that'd be great. Thank you. Thank you, Lynn. Lynn writes, she's sitting outside, and I love that. Like, you can take the tech with you if you have the app on your phone, and you can listen to it outside and yeah, enjoy. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. Feel free to email us with any comments or questions, and keep that softness with you as you journey into your day. Namaha, namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you.